Determine if the lines are parallel or perpendicular. We have line A, line B, and line C. And how would we determine if the lines are parallel? Parallel lines have the same slope. And how would we tell if two lines are perpendicular? Perpendicular lines have slopes that are opposite reciprocals. So what we can do is find the slope for A and B and C and compare them and determine which of these lines have the same slope and thus are parallel, and which of these lines have slopes which are opposite reciprocals and thus are perpendicular. The slope for line A is -2. So I'm going to write m is equal to -2. In line B, it's not as easy. We first need to write our equation in slope-intercept form, and we can go ahead and do that by dividing both sides of the equal sign by 2, and we'll get y is equal to 1/2 x. And because of that, the number in front of the x, once the equation is in slope-intercept form, is our slope. So in this case, line B has a slope of 1/2. Line C needs a bit of work as well. We need to get the y alone, isolate the y. So to do that, we're going to divide both sides of the equal sign by 4. And what we're left with is y is equal to 2/4x plus 4/4. We can reduce these fractions. So let's rewrite our equation as y is equal to 1/2x plus 1. So in this third case, our slope is 1/2, the number in front of the x. So let's go ahead and check which lines are parallel. A and B, are they parallel? Well, for them to be parallel, we would need for them to have the same slope. So A and B are not parallel. What about A and C? Are A and C parallel? No, their slopes are not the same. What about B and C? Are these parallel? Yes, we have the same slope. So thus line B and line C are parallel. Now also notice that line A and line B have slopes that are opposite reciprocals. It's not exactly easy to see, but any whole number can be made into a fraction by putting a 1 underneath it. And so now you can see here that the numerator and denominator are flipped, and the sign changes from negative to positive. So line A and line B are opposite reciprocals, and thus they are perpendicular. Line A and line C also have slopes that are opposite reciprocals, and thus those two lines are perpendicular. So let's go ahead and write as a written explanation that line A and B are perpendicular, and line A and C are perpendicular because their slopes are opposite reciprocals. And line B and line C are parallel. Line B and line C are parallel. Why? Because they have the same slope. They have the same slope.